Whoa, that wind coming in. I unmuted it and the sound rushed back in. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, thank you for the break. More frequent breaks. Greatly appreciated. Especially with these boss fights, man. Does anybody else get really physically wrought while fighting these bosses? You get tense, you get... What I need to avoid, some of what I need to avoid is the shoulders curling forward when I hunch over. Hard when you're holding a controller in front of your body not to hunch. And no, keyboard and mouse is not the answer here for me, but I gotta keep bending back, keep doing these scapular retractions. Even had a strange suggestion, not that strange, but kind of strange for my PT, although she gave me the wrong TheraBand at my appointment yesterday. She said, why don't you do some exercises on stream? You could encourage other people to do them too. Just a few things I could do in the chair, like there's one with a tension band where I sort of lock my elbows in and bend out with a band. Anyways, I might start doing some of those on stream. And who knows? Maybe someone will join me. Kimberly, you're looking pretty tense, Jake. Glad you're paying attention to it. I'm trying. I'd feel a lot better on the other side of this fight with a beer in my hand, I'll tell you that. So, this fight. It's a pretty good fight. I've got no complaints. It's kicking my ass, but I've got no complaints. I would like to figure out the damage numbers in question. Oh yeah, webcam. I told you. So I've moved a little bit, this way. Not just to the right side of the screen, but I've moved a little bit this way. And the damage numbers should be right around here. But it's possible I'm still blocking them with my big fat head, so... Nice. Yes, let's do that. Broken straight sword only. That's the way. Rennick Mage, how you doing? Still covering the numbers? See if you can confirm that for me when I go back down there. I can move. I don't mind moving around a little bit. What I want to do is put it back. The reason I want to put it back is because of this. If I am gesturing and I'm gesturing outside the box, I'm not a big fan of that, so I'd like to be a little more over in frame. I want the whole webcam set up to just allow me to stay in frame. It's not so important here. More important that we get these things killed. So we're gonna save weapon buffs for the prince. You're annoyed as hell? No, that's no good. Moving away from them while they're swiping. That's not a defensible run. Shit, and that might be the first time in this fight I backed myself into a corner. Should we just die? Thank you for killing me. Well, that opening attack, when he leaps, I'm getting a little better at surviving that. I don't know if you're talking about a boss in this DLC. I don't recognize the name Midir, but this is my first play, so if that's a boss in this DLC, please refrain from saying anything else, because I don't know who you're talking about, and I would rather not, until I get there. Other than that, welcome. Shit. It doesn't matter if it's optional. It's something I don't know about yet, so I would much rather not find out ahead of time. Thank you, please, for not oversharing. had a very interesting start to the stream, where when I was in the first area of the drag heap and had the game online, we got invaded by someone who, as people here have maybe figured out, was using some sort of a cheat engine. Anyways, hacked their way. An invader showed up, disappeared, and then a couple minutes later, this boss was taken down off screen while I'm still on the first part of the DLC. So that was a lovely introduction. Automated backup saved the day. Called Malcolm Reynolds? No, I think they came in as Clyde. Does that sound right? Unless that's an NPC and they did some... I don't know exactly what they did. But no, it appeared to be Clyde. I think that was the invader's name. Maybe not. Did anyone see? We'll go back. It's all recorded. We can look at it later. I'll make a highlight of when that happens. Oh! That sucked. Okay, yeah, because I don't know. Oh, that was, okay, so there was a good time. I missed it. You can stagger him when I'm not sure I really absorbed that. I'm gonna die here shortly. I don't want to use that many flasks in the first part of this fight. I'd prefer to use none, but I'd settle for using a few. Man, it's the guy in the back. Here he comes. Okay, there goes one. Shit, rolled the wrong way. Not that I have a lock on where I need to roll, but yeah. I definitely don't want to roll out to where his claws are touching down with the ground. You know, even if we do see the prince this time, I've got nothing left for the prince. Nice, okay, come on. I've got nothing! I have 2 flasks left. What's the word on the damage numbers? Are you... Just shoot me now. Are you seeing or missing the damage numbers because of where my head is? My head's still blocking the damage numbers, isn't it? He's gonna dive bomb me. I don't even know where he's at. Oh, what is that? What the shit? Ah! The prince has your beer and some whiskey to boot. Don't let him hoard him. Well, he can keep the whiskey, but I want the beer. Not enough flasks, Jay. Not enough. I know. I mean, I'm starting with 11. If I could make it through the first two with... And if I could get through the first two with 8 to spare for the prince. 1,400 was the combo hits before the prince. Kasey, what's up, Kasey? I think, Rennick, are you suggesting I use a red tearstone ring? Is that what an RTSR is? If I need to survive with 10% health and not get hit, it's not gonna work for me. I'm just not that good at avoiding hits. And if I let myself stay at 5, 6, 7% health, I won't make it. I won't make it. That's a pro strat. Jay, the prince is gonna ban IPAs in the Demon Kingdom. Welcome back, Manny. No, I need a clean, much cleaner attack run on these first two.
Patching it through.
Holy shit! It's the blast zone! Quick, all hands on deck! Fire at will! Fire at will! What's up, Nade? Hey, well, I think you know what's up. Yeah, I've been fighting these things for a couple hours. Welcome, Nade. Welcome, Blast Zone. Everybody, if you don't know the Nade face, and I know many of you do, check him out. Give him a follow. The Blast Zone wants you. What's up, Tyler? Entropy J, is there such a person? Thank you for the host, and welcome everyone. If you're here with Nade and you've never been here before, I am Jay, and I am dead, and I will be dead for the remainder of your stay, which I hope you enjoy. Come, be dead with me. Forever, evermore.
Message coming in.
Rennick Mage, please try to refrain from the backseating and stuff. If I really do want some combat tips, I will ask. Otherwise, try not to backseat. It's not just about spoilers. There might be much better ways to do things. In fact, I'm sure of it. I rarely have any optimized best practices of anything. But, yeah. I'm more likely to avoid taking advice because it was, it might be good advice. But if it was unrequested, I might just get all stubborn and say, no, I will never do that, no! Someone told me to do that, now I can't do that. I know, that's silly, right? Well, there you go. Please let me struggle through. We may be here for the next 2 hours today, and we've got 6 hours tomorrow. And we've got 7 or 8 hours on Saturday. Hopefully, we're not still here on Saturday. Personally, I won't be shocked if we're still here tomorrow. So, hope that's not a major disappointment to you that I would like to have my own failures as well as success. And how sometimes it just makes you want to do the opposite. Especially if it's a really big secret, which that wasn't, that's fine, but, if someone hands you the keys to the castle and you go, oh, man, well, then, you might be reluctant to even do that. I need to shut up right now. Because I don't want, kill me now. I don't want to waste my blooming purple moss on that. Stop talking, Jay. Stop reading chat in the middle of the fight. I thought I saw that. Nate is doing a Metal Gear Solid marathon. Chronological, right? He started with Snake Eater. That's one of 2 ways to go about it. Except, I gotta say, Nate, you're doing all of them. You're doing, are you doing the MSX games? I assume you're not playing the the non-Kojima Nintendo games. But you're doing Poops, and you're doing the MSX games too. You're gonna do them all. That's pretty hardcore, man. You're gonna be doing that for a month. Just when I was getting used to that opening attack sequence. I didn't get the flask at all. Okay. Hey. Not doing pachinko either. Well, thank God for small favors. Yeah, Entropic, I think I remember Densa struggling. I didn't see, of course, I wasn't watching. I didn't want it spoiled. But I remember him in Discord expressing frustration with a boss. Was it this one? Was this the one that really got him? So Tyler, how are you doing today? Were you watching some of the MGS? And Nate, how is that going? So, Portable Ops, no pachinko. Are you still on Snake Eater, or have you made it through already? And I picked a terrible time to ask. I won't be able to really read the answer. Dead. I need a place to heal, and it's not here. Finish Snake Eater. You're on Peace Walker now. Excellent. Well, Procyon, from what little I know, aren't there a total of 3? 2 required, 1 optional? Something like that? So this is the easiest boss in the DLC. Oh. Except for another boss who's a wild card for reasons that will be obvious when you get there. Yeah, Nate, I hope you go through all the tapes. All the tapes. Make everyone listen. You should have a test. Make everyone listen to the tapes, and then test them. In fact, you should see what kind of animal noises people learn and can make from those tapes. There for both of you, not at once. Evil. Impudent and evil. You did resort to putting mustaches on people for the tapes. Not bad, not bad, I like. Unless the prize is making Nade do Frida on NG+, you don't care about tests? Sitting on. So it's not a huge boost. Oh, it doesn't show you what they would do. Here we go again. So he goes idle after that big Hulk smash. Oh shit, I'm in. Yeah. I need a place I can heal like 3 seconds without getting slashed in the back. We're not gonna see the Prince. We're not gonna have enough Estus when we get to the Prince, but what am I saying? That's if we get to the Prince. Okay. Why did I do that again? I haven't fought him enough times to remember that I can't do that. He just tracked me perfectly. Come on, get out of there! Now the... Jesus. Not the start I was looking for. Oh, man. And then here comes his big one. Bless her for pussies, you got this. You know, an hour goes by really fast. I know it hasn't been an hour, but it has actually been half an hour since the break. Very close to. That's how quick this rolls by. The other guys around? Shit. Shit. Ah! going away from them. I want to stay there the whole time, roll into their attacks, and make the most of that. One more! Okay, there's the one. Does a back scratch. Okay, now he's gonna turn. A little learning would go a long way for avoiding that swipe after the back scratch. I also need to find a few more openings where I can walk instead of rolling away. Just so I can preserve and build up more stamina. I roll as a defensive mechanism, of course, but I overdo it. Okay, I'm not running in this time. I don't know how big the splash is, but I'm not running in until after. There, okay. God. I've already seen him do so many different things. I'm not sure I know what to do with most of them. I'm still hoping for just getting lucky and being in the right place at the right time with this guy. Place and time to heal. And now I'm about done. 1, 2. There it goes. No more Estus. Oh! I did get him halfway though. Hey, lighters, the lighters, welcome. Welcome, Luke. Woo. Yeah, well. It is coming together. You know how it comes together eventually. Whether you want to or not, your brain and your muscles start to come together. Start to learn what to do. I'm getting a little better at the first part. I'm getting a little better at taking down the second demon. Haven't made much progress, but a little with the prince. Hey again, Misery, welcome back. You were here briefly before, weren't you? Today? Am I imagining that? I got pushed. I was trying to walk a little in one direction before rolling again, and I got like hung up on his head and swept a little bit. This is not good. I'm gonna burn moss. Yeah, I'm gonna end up using that. Kill me now! This shit. Thank you. That's right, before everything went to hell. You were here at the beginning. You saw when, yeah, our friendly neighborhood Exploiter came in. So what was the 1800 damage? Kasei, was that in an attack chain? That was the most damage that I did after a few swings? Or where did that 1800 figure in? If I don't beat him today and earn my beer, I'm having a beer anyways at the end of the stream. So, that opening is pretty consistent. And if I move towards the demon from below at just the right moment in just the right place, I can avoid... I don't want them that close together. I can avoid his next attack. I'm just rambling. Don't mind me. Jeez, but I don't like having to run away from him. If I have to pull back, something's very wrong. If I try to retreat in front of one of them, I almost always get hit. Hello! Shield is the best friend in this DLC. I'll keep that in mind, lighters. But, you know, I'm gonna Bubba Club a stubborn... I'm gonna be stubborn about things, as I often am. There's always better ways to do things than the way I'm trying to do things. Always, always. And that's great. That doesn't mean that, that I will do what's better or smarter. The two of them team up. Yeah, I know the other one's behind me, but I don't really know where. You guys are all together too, clustered up! Soap Pop! What's up, Soap Pop? I shouldn't be looking at chat, but I saw that you're there. Damn. Yeah, I'm just burning through flasks right now. Sloppy run. Very, very sloppy run. That seems pretty normal for me. Par for the course. If you have one good run, it's going to be a bunch of sloppy runs before you have another good one. I meant to change the pale resin, maybe for gold resin. Best I can tell, the pale resin is not doing a lot against these guys. The Lighters! Lighters, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard! Oh! Oh! I don't like where I'm at. Where'd your buddy go? Where'd your buddy go? Shit, where'd your buddy go? That's already more flasks than I want to use in this part. And then he does that back swipe. Ah, how did I hit him? Right. Terrible, terrible. 5 flasks after 1's down. That should be 9 or 10. No. And he's gonna do the back swipe. There it is. And then he can do a turnaround. He's got an attack he can do after that he's gotten me with a number of times. Come on, gimme! Oh, he dropped. I forgot to swap out the lightning. Vent! What's up, Vent? Oh, command. If you think I carefully avoided those attacks as opposed to randomly, luckily, yeah. Don't think I knew what I was doing in avoiding those attacks. Jesus. That piece of the Dark Souls formula that is wearing you out with the fight before the fight, forcing you not only to master each stage, each element of the fight, but requiring that you get so much better at the first parts of a fight that it becomes like second nature. Because if the real fight requires your patience, attention, resources, you can't be wasting those things on the first part of the fight. But that's all by design. Even when you get better at the first part of a fight, it can be very hard to do that consistently, so you end up getting to the second part with less than you'd like. I forgot to swap out the gold pine again. Nothing wrong with your typing, Vent. My first swing missed! Two of them right on top of each other. Oh man, does that suck. Yeah, please. There may be if it's not about combat, I would hear it. But if it's about strengths or weaknesses, defenses or strategies, please hold those. Keep them to yourself. If it wasn't for that unfortunate situation with the invader who decided to use whatever cheat software to screw with the game, I'd be much more willing to consider doing some co-op for a boss. We did that on Ludwig. Much as I'd like to defeat these by myself, we could have some fun doing it together. But let's save that discussion for tomorrow. If I can't take the demons down today, then tomorrow we can talk about doing it together, possibly. No promises! I might be just as stubborn tomorrow. But don't think it isn't on my mind. This is not good because I need to heal, but oh god, he smashed way too close. Okay, watch for the back leg swipe. There it is, or the claw. It's not even his back leg. Jesus, timing on my part. Okay. He's putting up the big, yeah, the crazy one, which is just all messed up. And I'm not in a good place to do that. Jesus. Yeah, I've not learned what to do with most of his attacks. At all. Orphan of Kos. That's the one I was thinking of. Yes, we co-opted on Orphan of Kos, the placenta fight, and I'm pretty sure on Ludwig in the end too. Right. I'm not sure the lightning did any better. My first swipe with the lightning did about 150 damage. Dragoon, I can always count on you to enjoy the fails. I try to. Fire's not gonna work on him. What about? And do we? I don't think we can even purchase it, so it would be dark. Rotten Pine was for sale. One of the cheaper ones. Does it do less? Maybe we should try it anyways. Let's try Rotten Pine. Lighter's just saying I can give you some embers if you're on PC. Thank you. It's appreciated. I do have a few, and we could probably farm a little and buy some.
Hello, hello. So very good to meet you.
I used to play Xbox. No more? All done? Welcome aboard. That's another Xbox. We've got at least 2 Xboxes in here now. I used to play Xbox. Welcome aboard the Starship. Well, this is my first playthrough the DLC, so yeah. Let me struggle onward. If we don't get him on the next attempt or two, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. It'll be our last break tonight. We got another hour. If I don't beat him in that hour, that means that yes, we will have spent more than 3 hours on this boss. And then maybe tomorrow we'll do some co-op. As for embering, I do appreciate it, Lighters, but I'm gonna pass for now. Oh, great, he landed on me. That's a beautiful start. You know what I'm gonna try doing right now in this one? It's nothing fancy. But I'm gonna try to get better at walking between his legs. If I can, if I see the opportunity, I'm gonna try not to roll every time he swipes and learn a few extra moments when I could just walk between his legs, turn around and attack, and save myself some stamina. Just not a good run already. Every moment I spend walking, instead of rolling, I get stamina back instead of depleting it. So I used to play at a horrible time with this boss. Until you did that thing. That's right, Rex. Keep it in check. Keep it in check. Certainly times when I will need to roll as I have been. But it just feels like there are some opportunities to avoid rolling and still avoid the hits. And if I could get a lock on a few of those, I could keep my stamina up more of the time. We've already been at this for more than 2 hours, and as anybody knows, you do get tired, you do get worn. And you can tell that's happening to me. It's been an hour since the last break. If I can get to the prince, I will try out the poison damage. until you hit that zone with the boss fight when it all clicks. Absolutely. Although I promptly lose it after succeeding in the fight. I could go back to nearly any boss that I have defeated and struggle all over again. Subtleties. Oh, please! It's on me, but... like that. Just being able to do that. Just walking around when he walks. If I can just walk with him, stay behind him a little more. If I can do that with any consistency, that'll save me a little stamina for some attacks. Sir Alon stands out. Was like the Matrix or something. That reminds me. I had another, I wanted to add another laugh. I'm gonna take a break here, by the way. If anybody wants to go stretch your legs, grab a drink or a smoke or something, you may as well start now. I'm gonna put on some songs in a minute, but first, where is this sound effect? What are the laughs currently? The laughs, are they at 500? No, the mocks are at 500. The laughs are at 100. Okay, so what I want to do is make a fourth laugh. And... so those laughs are, that should work. Should work. If you have at least 100 hours, that should work. Where to go? I have Oswald's laugh to add. This one. Or nothing, apparently. That one. Alright, let's add that. Laugh for 100 hours minimum. Have to put that on the list later. Okay, break time. Break time. Anyone taking off during the break, have an excellent rest of your day or night, whichever it may be. Don't think it's morning for anyone yet. Not yet. Not yet. What are we gonna listen to? Gargoyles? How about some gargoyles? Gargoyles in Gwyn. Oh, that'll be about 6 or 7 minutes. Green Leader, it should work. So what's not working? Laugh 1. Let me check. Now you've really piqued my curiosity. Laugh 1, minimum hours, 100. This is that first laugh. That should sound familiar to many of you. I don't know why it's not working. You've certainly got, you've obviously got the hours. And you already tried it lowercase, not that it should really matter. Green Leader, I got nothing, man. That should work. That should work. We'll have to mess around with that a little bit later. Entropic, it's time for you to lurk. You're in your sleepy, sleepy lurk box. It's like that first laugh is just somehow broken. It's enabled. It's only restricted by hours. You've all got the hours. Cooldown. It could be the cooldown. Did someone use that laugh during the last fight? Might just be the cooldown. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go take a break. I'll be back in 7 minutes or so, and I'll see you all then. Cheers.